Hello everyone, Neofizz here, and welcome back to Neofizz playing Minecraft. And this is episode 31. And you can see it's still Christmas time here on my world and in real life. So I thought, well, I'll leave this up until we actually reach what I consider to be officially the end of Christmas time. So I usually leave a Christmas tree up at least for 12 days after Christmas. Yeah. So in this episode though, I'm going to show you some of the new stuff that's happened around here since my last regular episode. And I've been pretty busy. As you can see here, I finally built a sort of house stable sort of thing for the horses here, and I expanded the fencing here so that they've got a little bit more room to move around. And this is fortunate because we're actually going to make use of the horses here today, or at least one of them. We're going to take Daisy out for a ride. So come on, Daisy, let's go. And I know, yeah, the house looks a little derpy. I'm not really that good of a builder, but you know, I do what I can, and that's about it. So I've actually designed this, so even though you can see when you're up on the horse, you're almost 3 blocks tall. So I have this designed so that it's actually an upside down stair here that I can just walk right through without bonging my head and taking damage here. So this in this episode, I'm going to show you what I'm referring to as the Neohub, which will be another hub that I've been working on. So yeah, let's get away from that sound for a minute. So I originally had this going straight up, and it just seemed a little awkward, and I was getting pigmen coming out into the open, as well as other mobs going down into the portal. So when if like a zombie went through, as soon as I went through the portal, they'd be there and start attacking me, and I'd hope I don't accidentally hit a zombie pigman and so on. So it became problematic. So I dealt with that. So you can see here, I've got glowstone here, and that way, if I jump off of the horse here, even though my head goes right up into it, I don't get hurt. And you can see Daisy, oh geez, she went right through the portal, and that's what I wanted her to do. Normally I have to push her through. Okay, I'm gonna walk through and catch up with Daisy on the other side. And okay, let's we'll hop back on Daisy here. Let me take care of the noise that Ghast is making. Geez, you know, that's even Etho was commenting that the hostile creatures didn't seem to get quieter as you pulled this slider down. You had to go almost down to 2% before those ghasts would be quiet enough to handle. So yeah, you can still hear her out there, but I'm not going to worry about it too much. So this is what I'm going to refer to as the Neohub here, and I've sort of redesigned it. I took out the mine card here because it's a lot of work to make that track all over the place, and to be honest, Daisy's faster. So I have to be careful that I don't actually bong into things. I had to basically make sure I had glass walls everywhere, because Daisy could easily hop up along this rail here and put my head right up into the ceiling and give me damage. So here we've got some hub portals going off to other areas here, and even though I'm going to hop off of Daisy here, I'm not going to push her through, because it's just kind of problematic to push her through and back. So here, we'll go through this first hub here, and I'll show you where this ends up. And it downloads, and you can see here we're out in, and I did this at every exit. I put this glass enclosure here so that when I come through I won't have any big surprises. And this comes out into which way am I facing here? South. Yeah, I thought so. To the south of my base, or my temporary base, because that's what it is. I know I've been there a long time, but it's really just a temporary base to get myself started, right? So here I am to the south, where I found a snow biome, and originally my intention here was to build some kind of either snow making machine or ice making machine or something out here, but I might end up getting rid of this one because there's other places where I've got snow that I can make use of, but we'll see how that works out. But this is the first spot, and this is where we found that second witch hut in the swamp that's south of me. So that's that. No big deal. It's there is plains over there, and I searched far and wide and couldn't find any more horses. So I don't know. That's kind of brutal because way back I did find lots of horses down there, and then I had the problem with my world and had to, load an old backup, and oh yeah, a little bit of laggy as the whole thing loads. And from here, this, I can go rip-roaring along to go way down to where I have the Blaze Farm. I'm going to quickly run out there just so you can see how fast Daisy is at getting me there. And once again, I had to make sure I had glass enclosure all the way here. Well, partly because I was getting tired of the gas blowing things up on me, and partly because Daisy can easily hop up onto those rails while I'm running and bong my head right into the ceiling, and I would take suffocation damage from it. So, but yeah, you can see it's a pretty quick run down here. Now, if I took a speed potion while I was doing this, I think Daisy would go even faster, or maybe I would have to do a splash potion onto Daisy to get her to go faster. I haven't really tried it because she's darn fast already, and I think with a speed potion she would just be scary fast. Now down at this end, this is way way south of my base. Like if if I actually popped a portal up here, I would be many thousands of blocks away. I think I would be close to about close to 10,000 blocks away from my base. But this works, this is okay, we won't stay here long because I really don't want... Oh, look at that. There's a pigman in there. So yeah, I can get here really quick, and Daisy's good at getting me here quick. So I think this is probably what I'm going to be doing for my rapid travel in the Nether from now on, is to taking Daisy through. She isn't the best jumper, but she is a darn speedy horse, so I'm using her almost exclusively for traveling through the Nether now, especially these long distances. And I didn't talk about this here. I walked past a lot of forts out here, these Nether forts, and once you get used to how they get laid out, they're actually laid out like a string of pearls. Once you find the right X and Z coordinates, you just have to follow, I believe, the Z. So when the Z's what's changing and you keep X the same, you're gonna just keep running into one fort after another. So that's a neat sort of trick. So once you do actually find one, finding more is easy if you know that little rule. So I'm pretty sure it's making the Z change that does that for you. So as long as you keep walking along that line, you'll keep running into one after another, and I believe I've gone past or investigated at least 4 of those forts in my Nether now. So that's kind of cool. Future plan is to take one of those forts and modify it into a wither skeleton spawning and killing field, because the bigger the area you have, the more that are going to spawn, and your better chance of getting the skulls. Now I've already got 2 skulls that I accumulated while I was building out there, and so I really just have 1 more to go before I can fight the wither and make myself a beacon, which I've never done before. I've never made a beacon, and I've never fought the wither. Okay, so here we have an area you haven't seen before. I didn't talk about this. I made this stairway coming up and went off this way, and this is heading north, basically up to where my amplified part of my world is. But this is not here. This one here is not the amplified part. And you can see, yeah, the glowstone's there just so I don't bong my head when I jump off of Daisy. When I hop on, it's no big deal. It's the jumping off. So I'll do this so hopefully Daisy will stay put. Now once, before the 1.7.4 patch, I've had times where I hopped off of Daisy and was outside of this enclosure. So that, I'm glad they fixed that problem. And they fixed that problem with the mine carts too. So there was a point where I was hopping out and I'd be like 4 blocks away. No, 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 stay back, Daisy. Don't go through. Okay, I'm going to go through without you. Oh no, it looks like she's coming through with me. Oh well, it doesn't matter. I just have to push her back, I guess. Oh, no. Maybe she stayed out. Okay, so this is the second point. And oh geez, look, it's nighttime. Oh well, that's why I have these enclosures, just so I don't have to deal with that too much. And here you can see this is where the other witch hut is, and this one I am planning to in the future turn into a witch grinder. And I did this back on the Cobble server, and I never did finish lighting up the caves underneath to get the spawn rates up. And to be honest, I have a different plan for this one where I'm not really going to be doing a lot of cave lighting. I'll do a little bit like close to the surface, but I'm not going to have to go down to all the way down to bedrock. So I have a different plan for that, and we'll see that in a future episode. Okay. So we'll come back through. Hopefully Daisy doesn't go through on us, and we'll be able to just hop on her and rush away. Okay, here we go, Daisy. We're off and running again. Yeah, this is great riding Daisy through here because the speed is pretty good. But you can see every time I come through, I get a bit of lag while the world tries to reload. And to be completely honest, using this Missa texture pack sure is nice and everything, but it's colossal. With the way it's set up and connected textures with it and all the smoothness and variation, it's one massive pack to load. And so it takes a lot of muscle out of my computer. So you can see once I get down here, I've got this portal right in front of me. And this is the original portal that oops, right, I can't do that with Daisy. So let's back her off. And we'll hop through. Just quickly check this out. This is where things are probably going to get really laggy, because this is one issue I'm finding with the amplified world is they did say that they didn't intend for people to be using the amplified world feature for recording because it's going to be really hard on your computer, and I can see it is. It takes a long time for things to load and update, but I'm still going to be working out here anyway once I make a final decision on where. So this is the original spot. It is rather scenic and nice looking and everything, but to be honest, I think I have found some better spots than this. But this is nice. I might do something with it anyway, but I don't think it's going to be my base. But we'll think about it. You know, if people in the comments say, yeah, Dio, that was the best spot, you should be going there, then I might do that. Because after all, I am trying to not just have fun with this, but also entertain my viewers. So if they think this is the best spot to be, then so be it. Now this is a nice mountain here next to the ocean, and it levels off a bit over there, so it's not so extreme, and same with all through here. But once again, I don't know if it's the spot that I'm going to use, but we'll see. It's one of the candidates at least. So yeah, you can see I've been busy working on this hub. And here's Daisy again. Let's head back. We'll go back to this spot here now, which we passed by on the way in. And this one's kind of neat. That's a pretty big colossal chunk of glowstone up there. There was a second one up there that I harvested already because I needed some glowstone. So it was even brighter here with more of that up there. Now this one, I also have this opening that lets me get out here if I want to get out, you know, collect some of the quartz crystals and more of the glowstone and whatnot. But most of these hubs I put back walls made of quartz on them just so that I can't come in the wrong way or can't fall off the back or something like that. So this is the spot north of my temporary base that has the horses. So here I'll have a good selection of horses to pick from, and I decided to have this hub come out to here just to make it easy to get to them. Because I traveled out here once and tried to grab one of these, and on my way back to the other hub, I fell and the horse died. I didn't die, but the horse did. So it was a drag. So I decided I need to have something better like this hub to get me and the horse back instead. So there's actually a lot of horses around here. I've walked around here a lot, and so I'll have a good pick of horses and hopefully have one that's good enough for doing the mountains. Now the horses aren't perfect for all mountains. Uh-oh, better go before those zombilators come to get me there. Here they come. Wow, that's kind of neat. As soon as I closed the door, they sort of lost track of that. But yeah, there's lots of them there. So let's head back. And I guess I didn't show you. Yeah, it's desert out that way, so I'll have an endless supply of sand. Okay, so back we go again. And come back and hop back onto Daisy. She's such a nice horse. I like her a lot, to be honest. She can't jump worth beans. And she doesn't have the most hearts. But darn, she is good. She is good and fast, and I really like her. So we'll go down and take this right path up near the original opening, and you can see this one goes to another portal down here. Yes, we got tons of them, and I do have plans of making even more. That's the thing. So we'll go through this one quickly. Yes, and this is one of the top candidates. And we'll let this load so you can see what's going on here. I really don't like how loud the Nether portal is. And I'll have to fiddle around to figure out which sound setting it is to turn that down, because that gets to be a bit irritating. So let's be brave and adventure out here. If we get far enough away from that, we won't have to listen to it. So you can see here, I've done a little bit of adventuring. You can see here that the side of that mountain looks a little bit lit up, and the reason why is because I've traversed it and I've lit it on the way up. And that goes all the way up, 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 and up, up, up. It goes right to the top where it's not actually loaded. But it's too bad it's nighttime. It's going to be daytime soon. So tell you what, I'm going to pause the video and we'll wait for daytime, and then I'll be right back.